Hello? Oh, hi, darling.
Half a world away, another day. So let's go play on the moon. It's a starry place. We embrace the space while we're miles away on the moon.
Welcome back to another episode of On the Other Line. I am your host, Kelly Keegs. We're starting out this day. I'm feeling positive today, which is rare. Every time we start this, I feel like I always have something to complain about, and I don't this time. But I do have a funny thing to say. Last week, obviously, we went on for 45 minutes about how there was a cockroach in the room.
Yeah.
And I got a DM from somebody that was like, hey, Kelly, I'm an exterminator, and just in case you see this and find this helpful, you should put up like barricades on the edges of the door, like basically like foam or whatever to like lock the door in.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is in theory a really good idea, but I think that this whole office is just so far gone that they live here now. Like there are more of them than there are of us.
Yeah.
They live here now. And while that was a very sweet suggestion, this place is too far gone.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure that there are nests all over this place. So thank you for that suggestion. And for anybody else who is needing a suggestion, use that, I guess, if you want. But Gia, what's going on? How are you?
Not much. I'm good. I'm feeling positive today too.
I bet you're feeling positive. You have
Good
some
lunch.
good things happening in your life right now. And by that I mean the Eagles are in the Super
Oh
Bowl.
yes. I was like, what good things?
Oh, I know.
But
Shock.
yes,
I'm bringing up football.
Yes. I was very excited on Sunday. It like still doesn't even feel real to me. So I keep forgetting. Like people are like, "Oh my god, congrats!" I'm like, "What? Like what I do?" And then they're like, "No, the Eagles." I'm like, "Oh my god, yeah, I know." It doesn't feel real. Like I just keep forgetting that it happened.
It's so exciting.
Because I don't even like the game. Like it was just so scrappy, and it didn't like when we won. I was like, "Oh shit! Like we won."
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's I enjoy this part of sports where it's like the end, the big game, the big championship. Like I'm all in on the Super Bowl. Like I love to watch the Super Bowl. I love to watch the commercials, but I also can enjoy the game, get into some things. It's high stakes, good players. Like, you don't have to worry about like suffering through some boring shit. Like it's always going to be good.
Yeah.
And it's even more fun that I have friends close to me in the building who are rooting for one of the teams.
Yeah,
so I'm very excited for you guys.
Thank
and
you.
I think that I also like how you and your sister specifically are good fans in the way of like you'll get so hyped for the team, and like you can tell that the love for it runs deep. You're not just like, oh, I decided to wake up today and like root for the Eagles. Like you just are, it's like a family thing. I know you guys have like the group chats, and it's like that to me is really fun. And that what is that? See, and I'm sure my dad would be like so upset, or not upset. He probably is upset and would like it so much more if we like as a whole family all like rooted for one team and got so hype about it. But even he isn't so like he's like a Jets fan, so we're not what's he gonna get excited about?
Yeah.
But how is that when it's like your whole family is rooting for the same team, and do you guys all get together for like big sport events?
Yeah.
Like, what do you guys do for all of that?
I mean,
that's
growing up,
I miss in my life,
Yeah, every Sunday since I can remember, it's always my family. It's funny because like we used to like watch with my cousins and stuff too, because my whole dad's side of the family is all Eagles fans.
Yeah.
But my dad can get so crazy during the game sometimes that like they kind of put like an age limit on like who can come watch with like my dad, because he would like curse. And he paces back and forth, and like me and my little cousins are like 10, and we're like, oh my god, like I've never heard so many curse words in my entire life.
And also the yelling, like the energy of it all. Sometimes
it's
when you're young,
it's
like oh my god, adults are yelling, what's wrong?
Exactly. So from like my earliest memories are just like being in my house and watching the Eagles games with my whole family. And like now I always try to meet up with Francesca and watch the games together. Like we watched pretty much like most of the games together. I was on tour like during the start of the season.
Right.
So I was just watching like on my laptop by myself, which was like so sad, because like whenever I watch by myself, I'm like, damn, like this makes me miss my family.
Of course, yeah. And I think that in itself is a really sweet thing. Like you guys have this moment where that's always something you can talk about. You can always come together about. I think that's a sweet thing. I'm always talking shit about sports, but I just generally, but I do appreciate the like togetherness that it brings when it comes to family, because I feel like that's important. My family gets hype over I'm trying to think what we like get excited about. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Talking shit, really. Like my family comes together when we talk shit. Like it's always
Honestly,
my group
same
chat.
with my family too.
Truly, like
Yeah.
it's always we'll come together. My dad will send something to like our family group chat and be like, "Get a load of this,"
Yeah.
and it's always that. Like it's just
That's
we
hilarious.
come together for that, and they're all luckily my whole family is like they have their finger on the pulse when it comes to pop culture stuff. So
Yeah.
we'll
Oh,
talk
that's
shit
nice.
about like Oscar winners,
Yeah.
different red carpet looks, celebrities, things like that. So it's right up my alley. But yeah, the sports thing that
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be something. I don't know. I get a little too hype when I do get into sports. I'm very competitive and I'm
Yeah.
very like salty. Like I'm not the greatest. If I were like a major fan of something, I'd be insufferable. Like I'm already insufferable. I'd be even worse.
I'm the
Like, it's so bad.
exact same way.
Yeah.
Even with like teams that I don't exactly love, just going to a sports game, I
Yeah.
always just get like way too into it.
Yeah.
My friend took me, her boyfriend and her boyfriend's friend, and took me to a Yankees game in the summer. And I'm not even a Yankees fan.
Yeah.
And I was like going off, like yelling and like cheering.
That's what I mean. Like if you're there, you get into it. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like
yeah.
if the moment calls for some sports attitude, then you got to bring it. Like,
Yeah.
You can't just act like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm too cool for this. Like, no,
Totally.
you're in the moment. You're there. You're doing what you want to do. It's fun. I like, we do, I think it was March Madness that I got so hype about last year. That feels crazy. Like it was already that long
Yeah.
ago. But,
and it's about to come around
it's about
again.
to come right back
Yeah.
around. So we do like what would you call it? Not a bracket, but
It was a
What's
it
it
was
called?
a bracket.
Bracket busters?
Bracket busters,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the lowest seeds, whoever
Ro-
goes
lo-
further, right?
Right. Yes. And so we were each like as a team assigned a team to kind of root for and go after. And I actually like out of all the sports, I like basketball the best
Yeah.
because it's quick and I know the rules and whatever. And I think that it's fun to like get behind a team where you're like, oh, it doesn't really matter where this is going to go. Like maybe I win some money, but if there's like money on the line, I'm screaming into the TV.
Do you remember what team you had? I like remember you guys
I
like went
forget.
far, right?
Yes, like shockingly so.
Yeah.
I almost won some money. I don't think I ended up winning money, but
That was really
I don't
funny. You
even
were being so
remember.
funny about it
I
too.
was just hype. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
if you give me something to get hype about, I'll get hype about
I
it.
gotta look it up.
I
because
cannot remember at all. It was so random. They might have been purple. They might have had purple.
I know. I feel like they were purple.
I have
2022.
no idea
Let me look up.
what they were.
Yeah.
But yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like I'll get hype like that if you tell me to. Like, that's just it's
Right.
all situational. But congrats to everybody who's rooting for the Eagles or rooting for the Chiefs, which I am not, by the way, not rooting
No.
for them because I'm learning. Again, for people who like don't care about this, we're just gonna talk through it, and you're gonna care about it like me. Now, I saw a video post game. Little shout outs like I know adrenaline is high.
Oh,
things are
Travis
exciting.
Kelce.
Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
What a fucking loser, man. Holy shit.
I
I know that
know.
people think he's not. People are like, he's so great, he's so funny, he's cute, like whatever. It's not my bag, not my vibe. Like I
I'm
don't know.
unfortunately, I do really
think
like
he's funny?
Travis
You like
Kelce.
him? That's to be fair, the only thing I have ever seen of him was a clip of him after winning a game, kind of quoting like The Rock's old
Yeah.
wrestling days, and then calling out the Cincinnati mayor and I forget which. By the way, the Cincinnati mayor's like thing was lame as fuck too. Like
Yeah.
is this sports or wrestling? That's what I'm saying. Like the whole thing is very performative and it's fun. And if we're doing that, if we're taking shots, we're writing fake declarations from the mayor about like the city of Cincinnati
Yeah.
and the city of Kansas City, whatever. I'm down for all that. I love the drama. We know this. I think that Travis Kelce went up on stage and was like, blah, 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 fucking jabroni. Like, I don't know. I just thought it was so lame. What was the thing he said? Oh, he started quoting Fight for Your Right to Party, the BC Boys song, which is a song that like my dad and his friends sang at my parents' wedding. Like they got on the stage, took the microphones and
That's
screamed it
awesome.
into the microphones. So
Yeah.
that's like, in my head, that's all I think about.
Yeah.
Is like my dad and all his friends drunk as shit on their wedding video singing Fight for Your Right to Party. And so that's like what he looked like to me. It was just this like drunk mess. Even though he wasn't drunk, he just like
Yeah.
in my head, I'm like, oh, you're this like loud drunk mess screaming
Yeah.
lyrics to BC Boys. Like I can't. So that was my first my first introduction to Travis Kelce, and so far I'm not in. I'm not in on it, so I will be rooting for the Eagles.
I wonder if
in solidarity as well.
Thank you. Yes.
Of course.
But just to give Travis Kelce a little credit, because I do like him. His brother Jason Kelce plays for the Eagles.
I know about that. I know about that.
And they do a podcast together.
Oh, do
and
they?
Jason Kelce has these 2 little girls, and like sometimes he'll bring them on. They're like, there's this really cute clip, and she's like, "Hi, Uncle Travi," and he's like,
okay.
"Hi, baby girl. Like, I love you so much." Like, he just seems like a really like
Well, that's not
sweet
fair.
guy.
Like, I'm
I
sure
know.
He's sweet.
I
Like,
know.
I'm sure he's
And
so
he's
nice
so
to his nieces and his
handsome.
family. He is kind of handsome. I was like, "You're handsome." He's like my age, by the way. He's like 33. Which
Yeah.
I didn't realize. I looked up all this information before I was like, I'm gonna decide I don't like this guy. I'm gonna look up all this information, and I just imagine someone a year older than me acting like that and doing that shit, and like, you know, just basically my
Yeah.
same age. And would I roll my eyes or not? And confirmed I would. So I
Yeah.
was like, I have to stay true to myself. I roll my eyes at this guy, but no, I'm sure he's lovely. I'm
Yeah.
sure he's wonderful.
You
He's in the
can't
Super
help
Bowl. Like,
shit
what are you gonna
talking
say?
after you win a game.
Of course.
Yeah.
I like
But
that
fuck him.
aspect. Yeah, fuck him. We're out on him. I like that. Listen to this sports parallel that I drew yesterday, and I asked Tommy to confirm, so that's how I know it's real. So Travis Kelce, Jason Kelce brothers versus each other, Super Bowl.
Yep.
I was like, weren't there brothers? One playing for the Phillies during the World Series
Yep.
as well, but it was the game before the World
Oh,
Series.
it was the Padres, right? Or
Yes.
yeah.
I don't know who
think
they are,
so.
but I know that they were brothers as well, and one of
Yeah.
them was in Philly. And I was like, look at this. Brothers everywhere.
Brothers
And that was it.
everywhere.
That's the parallel. I just wanted to.
I just could never
just want
imagine
everybody to know I was
being
paying
a
attention.
mom and
Never.
having to root for both your
For
sons
both
or both your
teams.
daughters on different teams.
That would be a
suck.
nightmare. It's
Yeah.
like the Manning family, or you know, any of
Yeah,
these
yeah.
like families
Yeah.
that do it. I mean, I guess no, only Rob plays.
I think there's only one Gronk. There's only
Yeah.
one player Gronk.
yeah,
at least.
yeah.
I don't know about
the others just kind of chill,
Yeah.
or they do whatever, they party. I don't know. But yeah, no, that sounds like my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Like, again, I'm not a parent, but I imagine already how hard it is to like not show favorites.
Oh, I
I
know.
feel like I if I were a parent, I'd have a favorite child. Like, anybody who says they don't is lying. Like, sure, you love different pieces of your child, different aspects of your child, like
Yeah.
personality wise, whatever. Love everybody equally, but you like have a favorite.
I know
Like,
you can't not.
how can you not?
Yeah.
And like my nana, my grandparents have favorites. My nana is very open about the fact that I'm the favorite. I was the firstborn. I call them the most. I visit
Yeah.
them the most. Like, I'm the favorite, and she is just like, "Yep."
Yeah, that's
luck.
hilarious. My dad will text
Yeah.
me and say, "Hello, my fave." He'll be like, "My fave." Like,
I love that.
I'm coming to the
Exactly.
apartment. Like, what are you doing, my fave? And
Incredible.
I'm like, ah,
Incredible. There you
this
go.
is-
That's
I
all you
love
need.
it. Yeah,
It's the greatest.
I
And
know.
I feel like people need to just
I love rubbing it
Sorry.
into my siblings.
Exactly. And also too, I think it creates like a little bit of healthy competition between siblings.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it makes you like wanna like go after your parents more.
Yeah.
Like, I know that my brother is my mom's favorite for sure.
Oh,
Like, I know that she loves
yeah.
me too so much, but I know that she fucking loves my brother.
Yeah.
And I think I'm my dad's favorite. Like, I'm pretty positive about
Yeah.
that. We get along. We're on the same, like, with the same sense of humor.
Yeah.
And so that's just kind of how it goes. But I sometimes fight for my mom's attention. I'm like, damn, Sam gets all the good shit.
No,
Like,
I
he
feel that
just-
way with my mom
know?
too. I
gotta do
I
it.
can't ever tell. It's always like a battle between my brother and my sister, who my mom's favorite is.
Yeah.
Because like my brother's like the only boy, so she
Same with my
definitely
brother,
like
yeah.
babies him a lot.
Totally.
But like Francesca, like my mom just like the fact
She's
that she's
firstborn. Yeah,
firstborn and like
firstborn.
that she like has this like great job and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
great
yeah.
boyfriend. She's just like like Francesca, like she just loves to talk about Barstool all the time.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
like, all right, like let's talk about something else. For
Yes. Hey,
once.
what about me, Mom?
Yeah, literally.
I'm crushing it also.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, do you ever like see what I do? She's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I could watch what you do. I'm like, what is that supposed
What
to
are you
mean?
talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah. Honestly, though,
She's
if she
like-
did listen to Plan Brie or like, I mean, she would love this show. So I don't know if she.
Yeah, tell her to listen.
I know,
in.
I feel like I
Tell her
should.
We're a family program, sort
Yeah,
of.
we are
Not
family.
really.
More
Yeah.
family oriented
More
than
family
Plan
than-
Brie is
yeah,
for
for sure. Yeah, I have to watch myself a little bit more. They can get away with more. They're younger, so
Yeah.
they can say some shit.
Yeah.
and then come back from
And
it.
sometimes
I
we
can't.
talk about stuff, and I'm like, okay, well, my mom definitely cannot listen to this episode.
No. I still am like never wanting my parents to listen to anything I say or do, only because I like they know me, sure, but they don't. I don't know if they know me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't really know me that well. They know my tone of voice. They know how I talk to my friends.
Yeah.
They've, like,
There's
obviously, they
certain
know me
things
my
that
whole
you
life.
just can't
Right.
say to your parents that you can say to your friends.
Exactly. And also that I feel comfortable saying, like, in public.
Yeah.
Versus, like, in an intimate setting over
Yeah.
dinner with my parents. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell them about that, but I'll talk about whatever.
Yeah, like the Chicks in the
Yeah.
Office live show, like when Francesca and
Yeah.
Rhea like talk about certain stuff, and I'm like, Mom is right here.
Oh my God, I
like,
know. It
Rhea's
makes me so
family's right here.
nervous.
I'm like, I would rather throw up on stage in front of everyone than like talk about like sex in front of my mom and dad. Like,
same, I'd literally die.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. This past weekend, I went and saw our girl Nikki Glazer live at
Oh,
the Beacon Theater.
love.
She fucking crushed it.
Her
She was
dress
so
looked
good.
crazy.
Oh, I saw
So
her afterwards
pretty.
and said hello, and she was like Wednesday Addams outfit. I was
Yeah.
like, and I told her that I was like, I'm so fucking jealous of your outfit. It's
Yeah.
so cute, and she was amazing. She was so good. But what I thought was hilarious were her parents were there, you know, and her parents obviously like they had
Yeah.
their reality show, like they, you know, they know her material, they know her.
Yeah.
It's not any surprise to them. But they were right on the stage, like sitting right behind the curtain because they were just next to it and sat there the whole time while she did this whole set. And I swear to God, there was like 25 minutes about like molestation and making sure like you're not a pedophile, like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of stuff, and like just so much sex stuff, so much whatever, which again is like a lot of her
Yeah.
stand up is like that.
Yeah.
And it was excellent, but in my head I kept being like, oh my God, if my parents were sitting 10 feet away from me on this stage, like I don't know if I could do it.
I know.
And she said, she stopped. She was like, I want you to know, like, my parents are here. They're sitting right here. But that if you think that's going to stop me from saying what I want to say, like, you're out of your fucking
That's
mind.
funny.
Like, and it was incredible. But oh my God, I would have died. I would have
I
rather
know.
died. There's no
I know.
way.
I'm
They
not
have no
comfortable
chill like
talking about
that.
that stuff in the first place.
Yeah, no,
So like in
same.
front of my parents, like no.
It's hard.
We had a running joke in college that like me and my roommates, like whenever someone would talk about like someone that they hooked up with or like had sex with, we all be
Yeah.
like, oh my God, guys, like we're talking about sex. Cause like we
You're like,
literally
holy shit,
never
you guys.
talked about it. We like
Yeah,
never
yeah,
talked
yeah.
about like that kind of stuff. We just like never really like, it's not that we were uncomfortable doing it, but it just never happened. So like now when I do talk about it, it's just like, I don't know. It just like feels like
It's
weird.
so true.
Yeah.
It's so true though. Like even with my high school friends, I would say I'm most open about it, but I don't go out of my way to talk about it. Like if it comes up and we're having a conversation, it starts to like escalate
Yeah.
into details
Yeah, yeah.
or you know, experiences, whatever, like so be it. But I feel like it takes a minute for everybody to kind of get comfortable. Even with my college friends, like we'll be in a
Yeah.
circle and be like, yeah, like oh, we had sex last night, or like
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm like he came on my back, and
Yeah.
it's like yeah, and it kind of escalates from there where
Yeah.
it's like we're talking about it like oh we're embarrassed, but that's what happened. And
Yeah, totally.
Then, but it's never like you guys listen up.
No,
Last night
yeah.
I wrapped my lips around his cock. Like that never happens. Like, that's
Yeah, I
not
could just
a thing we
never
discuss.
never talk like that unless
No.
like it's initiated by someone else.
Mhm.
Then I kind of feel more comfortable, but like I really just can't do it.
Totally initiated by someone else, or like I've had a bottle of champagne or something. Like I gotta be
Yes,
drunk.
that's actually
most
very
times.
true. If
Yeah.
I have like 3 glasses of wine, then I'll say anything.
Loose lips.
Yeah.
Nothing's better than that, than like a dinner. My friends and I have to do dinner. We keep trying to schedule just a little after
know.
work drinks, and
I
it's
know.
impossible.
I haven't seen my friends from home in forever.
Me
I think it's
neither.
been like 2 months, and they all live in the city.
I know mine are just in Hoboken, right
Yeah.
across the fucking thing.
Yeah.
And I keep being like, and they come in and work in the city in the middle of the week, and I'm
Yeah.
like, bitches, let's get together. I am always busy, and then when I'm not, and I'm like, girls, like let's do something after. One of them's sick, one's this, one's that. Let's try next week. Next week comes and goes.
Yeah.
It's just like a nonstop. You know, everybody's busy. Everybody's got
Yeah.
shit to do.
It's been like that for me
But
too.
yeah, but we need it. I need a couple glasses of wine and just like a fucking dish
Yeah.
sesh. You
Yeah,
know?
totally.
Just talk shit about everything happening in my life. Like I feel like nothing feels better than just unloading all your bullshit on your friends. Ugh. I love it.
I
love
know.
it.
We
And I love
literally
when they
just
do
like
it to me,
take
too.
turns. Oh yeah.
I love hearing about my friends' shit because it's so nice to take a break from your own bullshit and from your own self. Like I feel like it puts things in perspective. Like you're so wrapped up in your own world all the time that when you get to enter someone else's, it's like a break. It's like a breather. Like, oh, thank God I could stop thinking about myself for a minute. Like,
Yeah.
and think about you or think about whatever. I have found that I found that out about myself very recently. And I think I've said this, maybe I said this a couple weeks ago, but when I discovered it, but I think that a lot of the time I like to distract myself with taking care of other people or helping other people to
Yeah.
avoid my own issues at hand. Like I love to be fussing over someone else. Like if someone
Yeah.
comes over my house, I'm like, oh yes, like do you want water? Do you want this? Do you want that? Do you want a snack? Are you hungry? Are you cold? Are you hot? Like I'm constantly trying to like make sure they are comfortable, or even out at dinner or something. Like I'm just always trying to make sure someone else is comfortable and like almost take care of them sort of. And that makes me feel good. It's like some sort of like validation or like I don't know, like I did that or I helped or what's the word I'm thinking of? Like an end result, like when you make your bed in the morning, what is it? What do you feel?
Like accomplished.
Accomplished.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Like I've accomplished something
Yeah.
is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
And that feels good to me. But then to a certain point, it's like you can't helicopter over someone so long that they need to like, hey, listen, you got your own shit to deal with, so go deal with it. And it's just nice when you're dishing with your friends. You don't have to worry about that. They're not going to give you that kind of pushback. Like they want to hear about your shit and they want to tell you about theirs. So it's like, it's a
totally.
perfect little mix.
No judgment. It's nice.
It's great. But I bring up friends and the Super Bowl and all of the things we just talked about because I have decided I'm hosting a Super Bowl party at my house. I'm very excited. It's gonna be the first time that my my friends who live in the city are gonna come to my apartment. They've never been. Again, for those who forget, I moved in October and I talk about it constantly and I still love my house and I'm really excited. But now I'm nervous because it's been a while since I've like thrown a party. Like I feel like I have people over. Like I'll have like one or two people over at a time. I'll do the charcuterie, snacks, like all that. I'm great with that kind of stuff. But I'm trying to think of like hosting like 10, 15 people. I'm nervous. I haven't done it in a while.
I hosted a Super Bowl party last year.
How'd it go?
And it went great. You know, it's annoying because like I don't know what it is. It's just like I think it's like a womanly like instinct, but I just could not sit down.
That's gonna be me.
I had to
I won't be able to
picking
sit.
things up for people, making sure everyone's good, filling up whatever, doing whatever.
Yes.
So that was annoying. But you know, I was just basically like, I got some chips, I got some dips, I was in charge of getting the wings. I got a lot of wings from Dan and John's.
Wings. I gotta write that down because I'm not a big wings girl, but other people love wings.
People love wings on the Super Bowl. And then you know, everyone just make sure everyone brings something, and then you have a shit ton of food.
Idea.
You know, like you can make a list, and I think that's what I did. I did like a shared note, and then I sent it into the group chat, and I was like, here's a list of things that like we should have, and then everyone put their name on like whatever, and
like
then
whoever wants to bring what.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was great. We had a great time. It was super fun, and we had a lot of food, so it was great.
That's great. That's my main concern is running out of food, which I don't think will ever happen. I'm so upset. Like I overbuy.
I overbuy.
Always.
Yeah.
No matter what, I'm overbuying. My other concern is running out of alcohol, but again, I overbuy so much. Like I have,
and it's not like you have to like get into your car and go drive to the store. You literally
I have
just
a
go
liquor store
across
below
the street.
my apartment.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
it literally is right below me, and then I have like a Dwayne Reed or whatever the fuck up the street. I can go get beer. That's another thing. Question: the crew that is coming over, I think some of them will be bringing significant others. Like I'm not sure. I haven't done like a full final count of like who's coming, who you bringing, what's going on. Should I don't really drink beer. I'm not a beer girl. I'll drink like a funky beer every once in a while. I never have it in the house. I have an obscene amount of wine, just like a stupid amount of wine. So I'm not worried about that. I have all kinds of liquor. What should I tell people? If you want beer, bring beer, or should I get like a 12-pack as like a nice thing? Because I'm not gonna, even when they're gone, I'm not gonna drink it.
Yeah, I would just say like I have a shitload of wine, shitload of liquor, but if anyone wants beer, just bring your own.
Okay, I
know,
think that's the smart way to
because
do it.
my friend group is kind of the opposite. Like we're more beer than liquor type of people.
Yeah.
So I just bought
my
like
crew is pretty much
230s.
wine, so I was like, that'll be good. It's also not like a heavy sports crew, but people are bringing like their husbands or fiancés or whatever. People like beer
to
to indulge.
for football. It's like a natural thing.
Exactly. As far as we're basically just planning this party right now is what we're gonna do for the rest of this episode. But I was thinking too. Obviously, the Super Bowl is great for like entertaining.
Yeah.
And because it's built-in entertainment. You're there for a reason. You're watching the show. You don't have to really worry about music or anything because you're watching the game. Yeah. And even the commercials. Like you watch the commercials. Like, it's such a great like built-in thing. If you're having a house party though, what kind of say it's like an evening to night, like maybe starts like 7, 8 o'clock. What's the vibe on music you're going for? I am so undecided on this because I am so deep in like Taylor Swift that I can't think of anything else, and it sucks. I feel like I'm so behind on music now. Do you think it's cheese to use those like Spotify like pre-curated playlists? Like sometimes it is. Like obviously like
it
happy
depends
hits
on
and like those ones are lame.
I was gonna say like if you're playing like best pop whatever,
No.
like it's gonna be bad music.
Right.
It depends on the vibe.
TikTok playlist.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
those make me
yeah.
wanna
It's
kill
gonna
myself.
yeah. So like I honestly like my friend groups are like taste in music is like so easy. Like they very much like house music, like tech.
So yeah, you guys are rave kids.
Yeah,
for real.
so
you've got that on
just
lock.
put that on and like everyone's satisfied.
Even on like a downtime, chill time. Like do you ever make playlists that like build up? I feel like I used to get so like anal about a playlist. Like people would always ask me like make the playlist for like the birthday weekend or something, and I'd be like yes, down, got it. And I'm good about it because I'll curate it based on like, all right, we start off with here's the time,
That's
chill
smart.
music. It will build into like, all of a sudden at the end is like Celine Dion and Whitney Houston when we're drunk and we're singing.
Yeah.
But I wonder if like, I don't know. I wonder
Yeah.
if that's the right way to go about it.
No,
I feel so
I kind of just
lame.
start hot. Like I just
go
press
in it.
shuffle and just go. Like
just go
my
nuts.
music taste is really just like opposite ends where it's either like techno house or it's like indie folk like sad ish. So if I'm listening to music,
Same,
it's
honestly.
either like
all sad.
yeah, like Mount Joy, like Noah Khan, like whatever, Lumineers.
Love.
And usually, like, when my girlfriends come, they'll usually come first. So, like, that's when I'll do, like, more of a chill vibe. Like, and we'll play Taylor Swift because a lot of my girlfriends love Taylor
Yeah,
Swift.
this crew all loves Taylor, so
Yeah.
thankfully.
And then, like, once, like, the drinks get flowing, then I'll transfer over to... It's a quick turn.
Quick turn.
Next,
it always
next
is.
thing you know, it's like, oops,
It's like all of a
oops.
sudden there's a shot going around.
Yeah,
and it's like, where'd
yeah.
this come from?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's... I never, like, worry too much about, like, playing music just because, like... And my friends are like, so they'll be like, play this song, whatever. So I'm just like, all right, word, like whatever.
Which I feel like is the usual turn of events.
Yeah.
What's hilarious to me right now is I'm really thinking, when is the last time that I threw a party? And I don't know if I've ever thrown a party in New York. Like I think maybe one.
Yeah.
Because my apartments have always been too small. I've always just been whatever. So I'm like panicking as if I've never been to a party myself. Like
Yeah.
I'm acting like, what do I do? How do I act? Like
No,
I've been to a party. I know how music
it's a
works.
lot of pressure. Yeah.
Like,
I
I
did
know.
Friendsgiving at my apartment too. So it just,
stress.
it was stressful making
Yeah.
sure that, because my guy friends, it's like, all right, like you guys have to bring what you say you're going to bring or else
Right.
it's not going to
Or else
work.
it's
Like
ruined.
if like my
Yeah.
guy friends, like, and they have the simplest tasks, like bring paper plates and a plastic forks and knives. But if
Right.
they don't bring them, then it's like, well, fuck, I got to use all like my real shit.
Right,
And then like
I'm
I got to
using
do all the
utensils,
dishes. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that was like my biggest stress was honestly just making sure that my guy friends just aren't fucking idiots.
Yeah, I love that. I think I'm gonna get some. Plastic ware. I think
You got to
it's-
do it for big
I think
parties because
for
it's
something
so
like
it's
this.
just so much easier. Like
Yeah.
it stinks like you're using plastic shit, but like
Yeah. Look at the
you just
cute- at
toss it.
Amazon,
Yeah,
whatever,
you just
the
toss it,
cutesy
and
ones
it's
that's
so
like
much
clear
easier.
plates and
Yeah,
stuff.
so
Yeah,
much
yeah, yeah.
easier.
I like that a lot because that's another thing too that I noticed. I was looking through my stuff and like as far as serving platters go and things, whatever, I have enough again for like 3-4 people, but that's I haven't entertained
Yeah.
more than that, and I don't think I have enough like bowls to hold chips. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh fuck, I thought I had a ton of stuff, and usually it feels like I do, but whatever. Another question. What do you think? You're gonna laugh at me. What do you think about decorations? Am I going too far?
I honestly
Because I'm very close
yeah.
to
I
just
mean,
like
no one's
getting
gonna be
football
like, "What the
decorations,
fuck?
like,
You
I
got
don't know.
decorations? Like, what's
I'm
wrong
just so
with you?"
excited.
No,
Like,
I think
should I
it's
get
cute.
balloons? Like, I
yeah,
don't know,
if
it's
you
so lame,
want to,
but-
like, if you want to spend that extra time, like, doing that stuff, like, why? Who the fuck's gonna
Why
say
not,
no
right?
to it?
I have
yeah.
like 2 weeks. I have plenty of time to get some stuff off Amazon. You
Yeah.
know, like get some silly shit. I don't
And
know.
it just makes it more fun, in my opinion. You know,
Yeah.
like, if anyone, like, no one's gonna judge you, and if they do, then they have their own issues.
Yeah, especially my friends are not gonna judge me. Like they're gonna laugh at me for sure. But I
Yeah.
don't care. Whatever. I think
Yeah.
it's fun. Okay. As long as it wasn't cheesy. I was ready for you to like
No.
totally make fun. As long as
No.
it's not cheese. Because yeah, I think that I think I'm spiraling out of control already with the party. And I decided this last night. I
Yeah.
texted my friends being like, what's everybody doing for the Super Bowl? Maybe I can have everybody over. And they were like, oh my God, perfect. Yes.
Yeah.
Because we've been trying to find a time for everybody to come over just to
Yeah.
have like a little housewarming, like, you know, not
Yeah.
really housewarming, but like have them all over.
Yeah.
Because they saw it early on before everything was done and decorated. And now I'm you know, I'm my apartment's pretty much done, which is crazy. So I'm excited about that. Fabulous. Okay. I love that. I feel good about it. I'm feeling confident.
Yeah.
I had asked everyone on Instagram what are their party must-haves because I was curious. I'm like, what's happening as of late? Like, are there any new things that I don't know about? Like, what's the deal? And I'm just gonna read some of these, I think, and see what's going on. Tons and tons of people saying shots. Multiples of shots.
Yeah.
And I will say, I'm always doing shots still. We always do a chilled tequila shot is something that
That's
we're
lovely.
often doing.
Yeah, I will
with a little
say.
bit of lime in it, maybe.
Yeah, like never. I like if I'm just pre-gaming with a couple people, I never do shots.
No,
but like
no.
if I'm
You
having a
sip
big
drinks.
pre-game at the apartment or I'm going somewhere to someone's apartment for a big pre-game, there's always shots. Always shots.
Always shots.
Because people want to get drunk. It's a party.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm down. And again, I think a lot of the time I will go to a party and especially if it's like a Sunday or something like this will be Super Bowl Sunday, whatever. And I'll go and I'll get like a little toasty, but then I'll be like, all right, gotta get home, like whatever. I think I'm gonna get shithoused at this party. Like I think I'm ready to like get my friends fucked up and
Hell yeah.
really get shithoused.
Yeah.
Like it's been a while. I mean, well, it was New Year's. We all know this. I've been hungover ever since. But now it's like, you know, the end of the month. I had wine one day the
Yeah.
whole month. It was a wedding.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling good about it. I think I'm gonna
Hell
get
yeah.
shithoused. People are saying those solo cup shot glasses, those are so cute. Those little shot glasses that look like solo cups.
Yeah.
I think they're adorable. I'll probably get cuter ones, but those are cute. Someone says buffalo chicken dip. Buffalo chicken dip still on point.
That's what I was
We
gonna
still like
say
it?
when I brought up
I
the
like buff chick
wings.
dip.
In my head, I came up in my head. Buff chick dip
Yeah.
is kind of a staple
I feel
in
like
a
it has to be
football
there, right? Yeah.
party. And
Yeah.
even if you're just having friends over for a football game,
Totally.
there should be buff chick dip there.
I don't even like buffalo sauce or buffalo wings or anything, but I love buffalo chicken dip. Isn't that
Interesting.
weird?
Yeah, that is.
I think maybe it's muted with like the cream cheese and
Yeah,
shit.
probably.
It just feels like one big creamy dip, which I love
Yeah, it's addicting.
so much. Ooh, someone says ice shot glasses. Interesting.
That sounds like a lot of work.
That does sound like a lot of work. Maybe you just buy them off Amazon and they're
Yeah.
like you freeze them or whatever. But
They
that's
probably like molds. Yeah.
It's probably gonna take up a lot of space in my freezer though. So
Yeah.
no. Someone says wine or Rotel dip, depending on the mood. I think you can have both for sure.
I don't
Do you know what
Ro-
Rotel dip?
no.
Rotel is it's like in a can. Rotel is what it's called, and it's like diced up tomatoes. It's kind of like salsa, but it's like a southern thing. I know it only from going
Yeah.
down south. But you mix it with like Velveeta, and it makes a queso dip with some like chunks of salsa tomato in it.
interesting.
It's fucking delicious.
Sounds good.
I don't even know if I could find Rotel. I haven't seen Rotel up here, but to be fair, I haven't looked for it, so I'm not
Yeah.
really sure. But that's what that is, and it's very good, and it's best when used with Velveeta. Like it's supposed to be trash. Like it's not. We're not using fancy cheeses or
Right.
anything. Let's see more buff chick dip. Booze, obviously. Ooh, someone says non-alcohol is just as important, and that is fair because that's something I always.
That's
forget
becoming
about.
a really big thing nowadays.
Yeah.
Is like having like non-alcoholic
Should
options.
get some like sparkling, just some sparkling waters, like
Yeah.
funky whatever's.
Yeah.
Trader Joe's is so good with that. They
just
have all
some
kinds
a
of
good
good shit
juice,
like that.
good juices.
Yeah, little juices.
Yeah.
I think maybe I will. I might get a case of water or something.
I just don't have any like friends that are sober. Oh, I have
None of my
one
friends
friend
are
that's
sober,
sober,
yeah.
but she doesn't really like mind being around alcohol or anything, and she
Mm-hmm.
doesn't like. She's not like the type of person that like wants like a fake drink in her hand.
Yeah.
So I like never really think about
You don't have to
getting.
think about it. Yeah. None of my friends are sober, like not even close.
Yeah.
But I do think that I like to take a break sometimes and have a little treat.
Yeah,
in
totally.
the middle of it. Someone else says the one house party must have is a record player spinning all night on max volume. And I appreciate that. I would not say all night. I think that's annoying. But I will say towards the end of the night, once everybody's fucked up or if there's a joint being passed around, that sounds like a good time
Yeah.
to break out the record player
I agree.
and crank it up. And
The only thing
I
about
just got a
record
new
players, you gotta
player for
flip the
Christmas.
record.
I know, so annoying.
So it's annoying.
I just got a new record player for Christmas. It's lovely. What's so weird about record players though, and I think I have now this is my second record player. The first
Yeah.
one broke. Second one,
Do you know the
It's
name
just
of
like-
the one that you have? Mine's Audio Technica.
that was my old one.
Okay.
My old one was Audio Technica. This
Yeah.
one, I can't remember the name, but
Yeah.
it's similar vibe, basically the same thing.
Yeah.
But my Audio Technica one never worked in the first place. Like
Oh.
it would spin, it would play, but it would never connect to any speakers.
Oh.
And it had the Bluetooth thing, and it also had like the jacks, and it just would never connect. And I
Oh,
was
that's
like, what the fuck?
annoying.
And then I got this really nice speaker from my old boss. My old boss would get these, he'd get a bunch of gifts for Christmas time from like brands and whatever. And he would always get so many, then he didn't really want them or care for them. So he
Right.
would give them out to us at the end of the year as like, you know, a thank you. Like,
Right.
and it was funny because it was like in lieu of a bonus, to be honest. Like, we should have gotten bonuses, but instead we got like, I got like an Armani bag, like a leather Armani bag, which was fucking amazing. Like
Yeah.
I would love that. Like I prefer that, especially at the time. But one of the things he gave me was this Bang & Olufsen speaker, which I'm always fucking
Ooh.
talking about. I love
Yeah.
to brag about it. And it's like a really, really nice speaker. And it's got like Google Home in it and whatever, which I never really use or care about, but it's cool that it's there.
Yeah.
What I've noticed though is I'm always trying to hook it up, and this is now the second record player that I've tried to hook it up to that, because I'm like, wow, Bluetooth
Yeah.
compatible, should be able to. Best speaker I've ever seen or had.
Yeah.
Obviously this should work. Never works. And so I
Weird.
was so frustrated and so upset, and I was like, here we go again. Like I have another record player, like maybe this speaker just doesn't fucking work with them, whatever. And I saw, shout out to Sophie Julia, I don't know if you know her, Eagles fan as well,
Oh.
big Eagles fan. She's like an influencer friend, works at Aloe now, I think, and she posted on her stories this tiny little speaker, like this big, literally, and it's waterproof, whatever. And she was like, maybe the best speaker I've ever had. Amazon, it was like $10, something crazy, 12 maybe. It hooks up to my record player, plays like perfection.
Oh,
I
really?
have never, yes, it's literally this big. I'm not kidding. It is so clear and crisp and amazing. I
Wow.
blew me the fuck away. So now I have this tiny little speaker. So now, which I am now warmed up to it. So I'm like, my record player could play on this tiny speaker and it sounds amazing and it's great. Yes, you got to flip it, whatever, but it's fun. And I have all the midnights, you know, all that bullshit. We can play it. And right next to it is that nice ass speaker that I can just have my Bluetooth on my phone. So I
Yeah.
can kind of switch back and forth if I want and whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm just inundated with too much music at this point, I think is the problem. But yeah, I mean, I think a record player is fun, but it requires a certain vibe. Like if you're raging, you're not wanting to like be listening to a record player.
No, I don't. Yeah,
You
definitely
know,
not.
someone says good apps, pigs in a blanket, meatballs, a good dip. Question for you about meatballs. Do you like barbecue meatballs?
I don't think I've ever had them.
Ooh, I love them. I might do like a barbecue meatball on like mini, you know, mini buns, like almost like sliders.
That
like
sounds good.
barbecue meatball sliders. That sounds pretty good. Let's see. Someone says nothing I hate more than watching sports with other people. And the real answer is two simple thing: edibles and shots for a party. That is a good question. Something I wanted to ask you as well, as far as sports are concerned. You like, besides your family, which obviously you like watching with, whatever. Do you prefer to watch things by yourself, or do you like watching it with a group of people when it comes to sports?
When it comes to sports, or watching with a group of people.
Yeah.
But if it is an important game regarding Philadelphia sports, I do not like to watch with people that aren't Philadelphia fans.
That's fair.
You know, my friends, when the Eagles played the Giants in the first round of the playoffs, my friends wanted to watch, and they're all Giants fans, and I said no, I'm not coming. I'm sorry. I refuse to watch with.
Oh well,
Giants
why would you
fans.
with other people?
Yeah.
Yeah, with fans of another team. That's
Yeah.
a good point. Yeah,
And
yeah,
like,
yeah.
even if like my friends aren't like, I'm fine with like a regular season game if my friends are over, we're watching the game, whatever, like, and they don't really care. But I got extremely angry at this boy that came to my apartment once because the Phillies were in the World Series and they were playing a very important game, and he was rooting for the Astros, but he wasn't even from Houston, had no like nothing.
just
He was
trying
just
to
doing it to be like a
Be a
troll.
dickhead. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
can't
got
stand that.
absurdly mad. Very,
Yeah.
very mad.
Well, it's annoying.
Yeah.
It's annoying and it's rude.
so-
and it's like,
yeah.
for what? What are you doing this
Yeah.
for? Just to, like, get my goat? Like,
Exactly.
I will
And like, you're in
never
my
understand.
apartment.
Right.
Like,
I invited you here.
yeah, exactly.
I will never, ever understand. Like, I understand teasing. I understand jokes, undertones, whatever. I will never understand. And it always happens to be like guys to girls. I don't really see it the other way around. And maybe I just haven't seen it. It could exist. Kind of like annoying them to the point where they freak the fuck out. Like I feel like I have always had guys, you know what I'm saying? Like always had
Yes.
guys like tease me and push me until I freak the fuck out.
Yes.
And then which I have given many signs leading up to that freak out
Yes.
point. Like, hey, I'll say, I'm going to freak the fuck out if you don't stop. Like,
Yeah.
stop it right now.
Yeah.
Cut the shit. Stop the jokes. I'm not laughing.
Yeah.
Whatever. And they keep going and keep going until you really blow
and then
up.
you become the
and then
crazy
you're
person.
Like, and then they're like, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, it's
Yeah.
just a game.
Yeah,
It's like,
literally.
No, clearly not. Because
Yeah.
you're just like going after me at the same time. Do you notice that ever in reverse?
Yes.
Like, I feel like I've never seen girls do that to guys.
Yeah.
And then what's a problem and something that I do is if, say, the tides start changing, like say someone's getting after me. It happens to me always with like some pop culture bullshit.
Yeah.
So like when the Queen died, everyone was like, "Who cares, Kelly? The Queen's a fucking bitch." Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "No, she's not." And whatever. So like it'll start to turn the other way, like in my favor. Say it's sports, and I'll be like, "Oh really? Like who's laughing now?" And then I become an extremely sore winner at the same time. Then I become that obnoxious person from the beginning. But then they're pouting and hating it as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, why are we even doing this? Why
Yeah.
are we fighting like this?
I completely
It's
agree.
so annoying.
It's
not fun.
I think it honestly like has to do with like just like girls liking sports and
Yes.
guys just like can't even fathom
Just
the
like
fact.
not believing it.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
can't even like believe it, so they just want to push your buttons to like see like how far you'll go. Like I always find like when I'm talking about sports with a guy, like they'll always just have like some like comment like
Yeah.
oh, like whatever. And I don't even really know that much.
Yeah.
But they always just have like some sort
Like
of
a
like
good for
passive
you.
aggressive, like, wow, you actually know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like
Nothing is
it-
more rude than that. Like
it's
what
so
a backhanded
rude.
compliment.
Yeah.
Like it is so fucking rude. I hate that. And I hate the, oh, good for you. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like I've gotten a couple of good for yous in this building.
Yeah.
Of some talk
Yeah.
shit.
It's
but
just
I,
like,
like, people be like, they'll
you're
ask me
gonna
questions
piss
like,
me
oh,
off.
you're doing that. And I'll be like,
Yeah.
yeah. Not even like work related. I'll be doing something or I'll have completed something or whatever. And I'll be talking about it or I'll have gone on a trip or gone somewhere. And I'll have an experience and I'll describe it and they'll be like, wow, huh, good for you. Like as if it's fucking crazy
Yeah.
that I ever, that I
Yeah.
left my house or left the couch or have a brain. And it's like, why is it good for me? Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't come across in a genuine way. Like if I say good for you to somebody, I fucking mean it. I'm like, oh my God, good for you. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Like incredible. Maybe it's a tone thing.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
very
definitely a tone
sensitive
thing.
to tone.
Yeah.
But I feel like always whenever in those situations where, like if you know what's going on or you get something right, it's always
Yeah.
like, oh, good for you.
Totally.
It's like,
And I had
fuck
just
you.
like it even
smart.
with like the dozen. Like
The dozen is a,
like
is a
wow,
prime
you
example
like
of what
you
I'm talking
know
about.
like whatever. It's like yeah, like I do.
Yeah, I'm not a
like,
fucking idiot.
Yeah, I know.
Like I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just something that I know.
It's
something I
so
like to
it's
do.
so annoying, and I feel like women on the dozen are just very much doubted
Yo, we
when
are
it comes
we are
to
so
knowing things.
we have such an uphill battle, Gia. And first of all, we didn't even say this. Congratulations on becoming
Oh,
a part of the
thank you.
Dozen team.
Thank you.
So proud of
literally
you.
my dream come true.
It's amazing. I
Yeah.
fucking love being on the Dozen. I just love trivia.
I
love trivia.
love
I love
it.
flexing knowledge.
I
It's
love
like,
it.
Growing up, my dad, every single time anything happened, my dad was always quizzing me like for nothing. Like
Yeah,
me in the
we-
car, be
yeah.
like, who sings this song? Or
Yeah.
who does this? Who does that? Like
Yeah.
constantly. And
Did your dad ever listen to NPR? They do like the wait, don't tell me.
No,
They-
no, he was
they-
always listening to like
Yeah, they always would,
Metallica or
and like
whatever.
our long car rides to Martha's Vineyard, NPR would do like these quiz shows, and we'd
Oh,
always listen to it, and
fun.
it was so fun. Like just always quizzing stuff with my dad.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that so much. Yeah, no, my dad would just like quiz me randomly on stuff. Like he would be the amount of times that the answer was like Led Zeppelin and I couldn't get it. He'd be like, who sings this song? Or who's the lead singer of blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
A lot, always like music based because
Yeah.
he knows music really well. But even sports sometimes, like he'll tell me some fact or he'll like call me in and be like, oh, come here, come watch this on screen or
Yeah.
on TV, blah, blah, blah. Tell me this whole elaborate story. And like 3 weeks later, something will come up again that has to do with that. He'll be like, what's the name of this? What's that? What's that?
Yeah.
And I almost always get it wrong because I'm never paying that close
Yeah.
attention. But then over time, you retain information.
Yeah.
So like my parents and my dad specifically, they'll like watch The Dozen and they like get involved. And my dad will text me about it and be like, you got robbed with this. Who even knows that?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
When we did the live show and I got to be in the live show, we were against Frank and the Frankettes, which is Frank, Nick, and KB. And my dad texted me after and was like, the guy with the geography, that shit is rigged. And I was like, it's not rigged. And he'd be like, no way, not a chance.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
it's just
hilarious.
hilarious. Like he's basically a commenter. But you're correct in the fact that like people are surprised when girls know things. Like just because I don't know sports doesn't mean I don't know everything else on earth. Like pick and choose. You know what I mean? I can't know everything.
Yeah.
I hope that you have. Well, I think you already. You've established yourself. You had a great first game. Fucking crushed it. I think that people are really gonna like you.
Yeah,
and I think that you're gonna stay on the up.
I know.
I'm fighting out of the trenches. People hate me. Like I don't know because they think I'm like a you know, like a sour bitch or something, or like I'm snooty.
Yeah,
or that's
yeah.
the way that they talk to me in comments and tweets and stuff makes it sound like they think I'm like a know-it-all bitch.
Yeah.
And it's like maybe a little, but
you
I can back it up. Like,
but
it's
like
not
in
I'm
the
an
dozen,
idiot.
like you definitely don't even come off that way at all.
I
like
chill. People hate when I'm like dancing when the music comes on. I immediately dance. I know the song. They're like, ugh, Keegs ruins the whole thing. Like, what is she even doing at that part?
you just
It's
have
like,
to think
I'm
about the
dancing.
people that are taking the time out of their
It's
day
so
to comment
crazy.
stuff like that.
It's
You
so
know that
stupid.
they're just losers.
100%.
But
It's
yeah.
so dumb. But yeah, so it's like here we are as women. Our plight is to just get everything right all the time and prove
Yeah.
that we have brains.
I know.
And
I'm nervous that I started off so hot that it's just
no,
only.
you'll be good. You'll be good. Because that was I watched the whole episode and it was a really good range of things.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you can tell an episode will be like just right up my fucking alley where it's like
Yeah.
I'll be against another team that has similar interests and maybe there are less sports questions.
Yeah.
And those I'm always thriving.
Yeah,
with.
the less
Yes,
sports
like,
questions,
those
the
are
better.
great. But then again, exactly. But then like we'll go up against the experts, Fran
Yeah.
and them, and they just do so many sports questions and it's like I'm already in a hole every
Yeah.
time. But it feels so good when you're up against a team with similar
Yeah,
knowledge,
yeah.
and that's when you really like shine. Because
Yeah.
you know, like it gives you more opportunities to steal. It gives
Yeah,
you more
yeah.
opportunities to just like
It's
maybe
so
you don't
fun.
get yours right, but the other one will be similar and
Yeah.
you'll probably get that right.
Yeah.
It's just like, ugh, what a time.
Such a
Wow.
rush. I had such a pain
Thank
in
you,
my
Jeff
stomach.
Dulo.
Yeah. Thank God for Jeff Dulo. Seriously. I had
What a
such
man,
a
what a
pit in my
guy.
stomach, like waiting to like get
Oh,
accepted
yeah.
into the
Well,
room.
you
I was
get
like,
so
oh my
nervous.
God.
And
Yeah.
also too, the whole time I do it, my hands are sweating. I'm
Yeah.
sitting there because you don't want like I'm always like looking like this or thinking or staring.
Yeah, but you
around.
don't want to like
You don't
seem
wanna-
like you're cheating.
Right.
Yeah.
So I always like have my hands on my face the whole time. and,
Yeah.
like, I swear my hands are nowhere. Like
Yeah.
I'm not cheating. I'm
and
just
you definitely
thinking.
do get like my sister called it like dozen brain.
Yeah.
Like when you
totally.
know the answer but your brain just isn't like
Yes.
working for you in that moment.
Yes,
So annoying.
It's beyond. Someone said, I think in a comment or a tweet or something, that they were like, so one of the episodes, the question was, because you can't do the same niche back to back when you play multiple games. And my niche is always Harry Potter, and I crush it every time. The books, I crush it
Yeah.
every time. The books are, But when we need to switch it up, I'm the only other one on our team that has like a decent niche. I do Sex in the City.
Okay.
And I almost always know it. The last time we did it, I got it wrong. But in my head, I was like, fuck, I know this. And I totally got dozen brain. I like was picturing it.
Yep.
I was reading the scene in my head and I was like, I know what happens here. And I threw out a guess knowing that it was wrong and knowing that it was a part of the answer.
Yeah.
Or like it helped lead me to the answer. And then then they like went to the other team. They got it wrong. And then as soon as they got it wrong, I
You're
said,
like,
Jeff, I was
"Oh, I
like, I know
knew
the
it."
answer. And
Yeah.
he was like, what do you think it is? And I said it and he was like, you were right, but you got it wrong. And I was like,
Yeah.
if I had 30 more seconds to
Yeah.
think, like
Yeah.
I know that I would be able to get it.
Yeah.
And someone said in a comment being like, added time should be a lifeline. Like add 30 seconds to
Oh,
it. And I
that's
was like,
smart.
yes, I
Yeah.
would love that. Just like an extra couple seconds
Yeah.
to think about it.
That's how I felt in the bonus round. We got
Those are so hard, the
like
bonus
top
rounds.
25 like most recent animated movie Oscar
I
nominations.
was screaming at the TV
Bro.
for this.
And
Screaming.
Jack McCarthy was like, your Twitter bio is animated movie enthusiast because I
Yeah,
literally only watch animated movies. So when we got the question, I was like, oh fuck yeah,
Yeah,
like I'm
let's
gonna
go.
crush this.
Yeah.
And I got the first three, but then after the first three, I was like, oh my god, like I'm blanking.
Right, you forget.
I'm blanking. And one of them was Zootopia. I literally just
No, when
watched
it-
it.
I know.
Like 2 days prior,
When it
I
showed
just
up,
watched it.
When Encanto showed
Encanto,
up, I forgot
bro.
too. I was like, fucking Encanto.
Yeah,
Same
yeah.
thing, Zootopia. Like all those.
I
all
was
those movies.
so mad at myself.
It
for,
was
like,
hard
days.
too because it was the nominations. It wasn't just the winners.
Yes,
'Cause
yeah.
in my head, I was like, I'm going through the winners. I always know who wins, like whatever. It also too, he's good with the bonus rounds because it gives you. It's like the last 25, so you can't
Yeah.
quite tell tell
Like,
how
what the
far back
cutoff,
in
yeah.
years that goes. So you're like, you could be guessing, you know, I don't know, you're guessing something from 10 years ago,
Yeah.
but it's like just shy.
Yeah.
It's like the 28th.
Yeah, and it
you're
goes
right
so
out of it.
quick back and
I
forth.
know.
Oh god, it was just a lot. Yeah,
it was a
yeah.
lot, but it was great. It was a really good showing, and I'm very proud of you.
Thanks.
And
Thank
I'm
you.
excited to verse you. That'll
Yeah.
be a good little.
That'll be
match.
fun.
I'm
I know. I'm excited to play you. I'm excited to play
Yeah.
Francesca, but I'm scared.
That will be good.
I'm
Playing
scared to play both of you guys.
That'll be a major. You guys playing Fran will be a major because you have Clemmer and Castellani, Chris Castellani, or no?
Robbie Fox.
Oh God, right,
Yes,
Honkers.
yes.
You, Robbie, and Clemmer,
Clemmer,
and I feel like
yes.
that is such a good team. Like
Yeah, I
like,
hope so.
Low key, a
Yeah.
really good team. Like Clemmer's really good with sports. Robbie's decent, but he knows all that other shit. Like
Yeah,
he-
yeah.
It's just a really good mix of people.
Yeah.
And I think you guys have
Yeah.
a good chance
We'll
against
see.
against the experts. I always
Yeah.
they're the only team that we never even.
I know.
I don't
I feel like
know.
they're gonna
It
crush
kills
us
me.
just
We've
because
played them the
they have the
most.
sports. They know all the
I
sports.
know. It kills me. I don't know why I myself have played the experts the most. Like I don't know why that happens. Like we've played them like 4 or 5 times, and I've
Yeah.
never played half the rest of the league. Like it's always the experts, sometimes Frank and the Frankettes,
Yeah.
and then like some random teams sometimes, but
Yeah.
always the experts.
I know.
They're the team to beat.
I'm very, very
Francesca,
scared.
we're coming for you.
Yeah,
Both of
yeah.
us. We're coming,
for
you.
your crown.
Yeah.
We're coming for your celebrity.
Coming for you. You're
mashup
not the only one
crown.
that knows faces.
Yeah.
We know it too.
Yeah, I was getting a lot of comments from people being like, "You guys should do like a one-on-one celebrity
Yeah,
matchup." But I was
totally.
like, "It'll just go on for hours."
I know it'll go forever.
because
right.
we both like know the same celebrities, so like
Exactly,
it'll
yeah.
just be a never-ending trivia round.
I know. Be so fun.
But yeah,
though.
I know it would be funny.
Ugh, oh my god. But yeah, so good. So we got the dozen going on. We've got the Super Bowl party coming. I'm feeling good about the planning. I think that we'll touch base next week, and I'll let you know if I have what I've ordered and how out of control I've gotten. I'm trying to think what else is going on in the world. I feel like something happened. Did one more thing happen this weekend that I wanted to talk about? I can't remember. So many things happen. You know, like
Yeah.
when the world is spinning, things keep happening, and it blows my mind. Obviously, Taylor Swift was really last week. We got to talk about that. A little bit about it still hasn't snowed in New York. I'm losing my fucking mind over
Yeah.
it.
I will say I do have a meeting. at
Yeah, so you got to
2:30,
get going.
yeah.
So I'm closing up. Yeah, I think that's it.
I know. I
think
can't
that's all.
really. Like, there's like no hot new
I know
gossip.
nothing's going on. Oh, I did find out that Scar girl, the girl with the
TikTok.
maybe real or fake, not sure. I want to believe her. I want to hear. I gotta listen
I don't
to the
believe it
BFS
for a
episode,
second.
but I want to believe this long-winded story that she's telling. I don't know, but I found out she goes to High Point University. So
Oh.
actually, this I will close the episode with this. If you go to High Point University currently, or have graduated very recently, or know somebody that's graduated very recently, I need someone to get me into the inner gossip circle, and I'm dead fucking serious. Whether there's a Reddit page, if there's like a yik yak, I
Yeah.
can somehow infiltrate. There's some sort of like college ACB equivalent, like
Yeah.
something. A Facebook group. I don't give a fuck. There's something going on gossip related at High Point that has like cool people in it. I want to get in it because I need to start asking questions. I need to find out what's going on with this girl. I'm
Yeah.
so curious, and I just
Yeah.
want to know what's going on. I'm nosy. So please, if you know that, reach out to me. If you guys are planning your own Super Bowl parties, take some notes on what we talked about. We'll do more updates on that next week, and we will see you later.